All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to our series on the four marketing systems that every small business needs to have in place and optimize in order to compete with national brands. I promise you in our last segment of this series that I will show you what a workflow looks like. The second of the four marketing systems that you need is a system to help you create repeat customers. And I gave you three ways to do that, or three tools you need to do that. You need a CRM, preferably with automation baked in. You need to learn how to do what's called reactivation campaigns or email or text blasts with special offers. And that's what I'm going to show you here today. And then, of course, you also need to know how to assemble your customers, new, old, and prospects on a regular and consistent basis. So let's get to it. All right. The reason you need a CRM system with automation baked in is because it makes the other two activities super easy to do. And that is reactivate your existing customer database or your prospect list and assemble your customers, new and old, and prospective customers on a regular and consistent basis. So, what we have here is what we call our workflows. Now, we're not the only system that offers this. If you have a good email marketing system, if you're already using SMS text marketing, then you probably have something similar to this. We just include it with a whole heap of tools and resources that you have an all-in-one sales and marketing system. But in this workflow, I've put together a free teeth whitening offer. So if you're a dentist and you want to take a look at all of the existing customers that you have, and you're trying to get some of them back in the door, think about what is an irresistible offer that you can make them to get them back in the door, to A, bless them for being loyal customers, but B, also have an opportunity to see if there are rooms for upsells if they need additional services. Underline the keyword need, right? We're not just bringing them in to sell them stuff, but we do want to have an opportunity to create more sales if the need arises. So basically what happens is you would upload all of your contacts into our database or whatever database that you're using. Then you would set up, in our case, an SMS text messaging campaign. So I would have all of my, say I have all of my customers from the last year, right? And I have their phone numbers. I would be willing to guess that the phone number that you have on file for all of your customers, 80 to 90% of those phone numbers are cell phone numbers. So you're safe to run an SMS text messaging campaign. So what I would do is we would upload all of that data, and then I would create a campaign that looks similar like this. First, it starts with a message. And here's what that message says simply. Hey, I call them by their first name. I've got 10 free teeth whitening vouchers here on my desk. Would you be interested in one? I want to keep this short, sweet, and conversational, right? It's going to their phone like a text message. So I want it to feel like a natural conversation, right? So would they want one? The other thing that I might add is I might add, my name, right? This is, hey, Cortez, this is the name of the dental. This is Dr. Bob's Dental Services. I've got some free whitening vouchers. Would you want one, right? I'm asking specifically a yes or no question because it's going to work well with our automation. So boom, that text goes out to say 1,000 people, right? Then the system is designed to wait. Now, this wait step can be for as little as long as you need it to be. In this case, it's waiting for 1 hour or a contact reply. So it's waiting for two things, one or the other. If the contact replies, then it moves on to the next step. Or if 60 minutes go by, it's going to move on to the next step, right? So then we have this condition. If else is what the condition is called, and we're asking a simple question. Did they reply within an hour? And we're saying, yes, they did reply. Okay, well, what happens if they reply? So if they reply, yes, they did reply within an hour, Then we're asking another question. Was their reply positive or negative? This is where artificial intelligence can pick up on, did they say yes, yeah, sure, I love one, or did they say no thanks, not at the moment, not right now, not interested, right? Those would be negative replies. So if the response is positive, then we send them this text message. Great, I've got a voucher with your name on it to redeem. Click here to book a time for your cleaning. And then obviously we link to our calendar because again, we're trying to create a repeat customer and we want them to take action and go ahead and book their cleaning. It's free for them. So they're probably saying, oh yeah, I need to get in there anyway. And we want them to go ahead and finish the process of booking their appointment right there. And you put the link to your calendar, or you can even have your receptionist go ahead and call them and even further personalize it and book them over the phone, right? Now, what if they respond with a negative response, right? Was the positive response positive? Yes, we send them a follow-up message. No, then the automation just ends right there. Now, some people will put a reply here that says no worries or something like that. We just ended. They said no, so it's over with, right? But now let's go up here and see what happens if they do not reply in 60 minutes or in 24 hours or in 2 days, whatever you want to set your follow-up response to be. In our case, we're going to send them this text message. We're going to wait an hour. If they don't respond, then we're going to hit them back. So no, they didn't respond in 60 minutes. Then we send them a second attempt. Hey, contact first name, just checking back to see if you'd be interested in the free whitening voucher. Should I put one aside for you? Just another quick follow-up. Now, depending on your own preference, I find that this is how I do it personally. I think an hour is going to bug them. That's just me. Some marketers do not, and that's okay. So I would probably follow up with them the next day. So instead of an hour, this could be 24 hours, right? So instead of an hour, this could be 24 hours. This could be 48 hours, whatever you think is a good amount of time for them to respond, right? If they don't respond, we send a follow-up text, and then we're going to wait until they reply. There is no time out on this one. We're just waiting for a reply. Could be within an hour, could be within a couple of days. We don't care. It's just open-ended at this point, right? And then we go through the same thing. Was the reply positive? Yes. And then if it was positive, then we go ahead and say, bam, great. We've got one with your name on it. In order to redeem it, we need you to go ahead and schedule your cleaning. And we give them the link to the calendar. Or we instead, that positive reply could, watch this. I could take that positive reply, instead of that being a text message, what I could do is set up, let's go down here and say, I want to set up internal notification, right? And then I want to set up a email note. Well, I'll probably set up an email notification, right? Who is this email going to? It's going to my receptionist. So this is from Local Biz Marketing Pros. And I want to email receptionist, my from email, info at Local Biz Marketing Pros. .com. And then who am I sending this to? I can select my user type, all the user, or I can do a custom email. I want this to go specifically to the receptionist. So I would then send the receptionist an email that says, hey, you have a new teeth whitening lead, call to schedule their cleaning. I would probably say ASAP. Of course, if this is one of my clients, I would see how Dr. Bob would like to use this, what messaging Dr. Bob would like to use. See details below. And then it has the contact first name, last name, their phone number, and their email address. This is going to go right to the receptionist. If the receptionist is on her game, on his game, then immediately Once they respond, yes, I want one of these vouchers, they get a phone call. Hey, this is Dr. Bob. Let's go ahead and schedule your teeth cleaning. And they go ahead and book the appointment right there. Boom. So instead of a text message, it could be internal notification and then a phone call, right? There's some other things that we can do that I will say for a later training, but we could actually have the system call the prospect, then ring to the receptionist, right? This thing is so amazing, but we'll say that training for another day. So this is one of the things that you could do to reactivate your customers. So this is the second part. I guess this is part 2B of the 4 major marketing systems that you need. Make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and if you need help with any of this stuff, there is a link to our calendar below. You can actually book a free marketing strategy session, and we'll help you understand how all of this works. And if you've got some great systems and some great team members that can implement it, great. If not, then we'd be happy to talk about what it would look like for us to put some of this stuff in place for you. So I appreciate you guys always for tuning in, for listening. Till I talk to you next time, I want you to get your money up because you absolutely can do it. But more importantly, you deserve to do it, each and every single one of you. Now hustle up.